to develop the roads of the E1. The very first challenges were to build a quick hardware to be able to make first measurements with sensors so that you can put the sensor as it is in a bottle with fluid. And so you change the sensor from one bottle to the other so you can make some measurements.
Then it moved on when the system architect provided us with a test bed. Then we really could test more specific informations. I think about 2 years later, we managed to find a solution for all the topics we needed. So all the sensors were basically done. And then we started with the prototype instruments and such things. My interactions were providing the sensors. So we started with the idea that we want to build the sensors on printed circuit boards. In the time where other teams had to get software running or something like that, we had still time to improve some things that did not change the concept, but did improve the quality.
My role was to develop the manufacturing process and to develop the base electrode, focusing on the thermostating device and integrating this into the base layer. All major steps are conducted here. We focused on using known technology. We focused on process controls so that we can guarantee a good quality for our customers.
Starting from the lab team, also the engineers, senior engineers, we have all of us are curious and keen to find relevant factors in designs and do the best to determine exactly these factors and try to build models around that. Our responsibilities starts from everything after the sensor signals in terms of millivolt or something like that, and goes up to the results that are shown to the customers, but not only the development of these models that are responsible for doing these transformations, calculations, but also for the whole evaluation and validation process in terms of performance evaluation study. Before you bring a product into market, you have to show the analytical and clinical performance accordingly to the guidelines like CLSI, IVDR compliance. And these are very huge experiments based on CLSI guidelines that show you how to do the experiment, how to evaluate the data. And this was one of the biggest tasks at the very end of the development phase of the E1. We had a clinical and a non-clinical study. The clinical study was done by partners in the clinic Graz. The data was evaluated by us and me and my team. And the non-clinical study was done in-house. So we have the team, we have the skill set to do all these relevant studies in-house, and also have the skill set to monitor studies that are done in a clinical environment.
EXIAS stands for Excellence in Analytical Systems. When we're talking about excellence, it's also necessary to have a good quality basis for the company and for the products. In the first years, it was necessary to understand exactly what are the processes inside of the company, what are the processes for producing products, for delivering products. Before launch, it was necessary to have a certified quality management system. And for that, we did a cooperation with TÜV SÜD. TÜV SÜD is a company which is acting as a notified body and also as a certification body. And we certified our quality management system in 2018. And we get a proof of TÜV so that we have a necessary prerequisite for the launch of the product.
We contacted the world. We started already back in November 2017 to do our first exhibition and to show up the product. Even though it was already a prototype, it was a well-developed prototype, and it went very well. Means we had a huge queue of people. We got a lot of interest from countries from Asia, as well from Africa. I would say at the first exhibition and the first contact we had, we contacted very much the world. So they really were interested to find a product that means quality and high standard. That's why they were interested in EXIAS. The maintenance-free system, of course, we were claiming it at the beginning. The product was not even launched, but some of them understood already with the concept that the product would be really maintenance-free for them. So they were very excited with this because in the laboratories or final customers, they have a lot of issue with this kind of systems, where they have a lot of maintenance operations, the system breakdown. So they wanted to have something very stable. Our system looks quite new. It looks like a mobile phone with a touch screen. So they have a kind of vibe with the product. So we do have some countries, they even put a small logo on the machine on top of it. They call it the minion. So we create kind of community around the product. This is what they like. Of course, the features which are much more scientific or technical are perfect for the customers. The system, as I said, is very, very fast, the fastest in the market. And of course, the minimum sample volume. But again, the main features, which is not very obvious when you look at the product, this is a maintenance-free. And these features, it's recognized now from amongst most of our customers, all of our customers and distributors. They know the system is maintenance-free. They know they have no issue with the system or very limited issue. And this is really what the terms quality, this is what we bring to the market.